I'm sure I'll have more questions about the orb later.
Oh, it'll come up.
I'll have more questions.
All right. Take it away, Matt.
Welcome, everyone. It's been a long time since Of Nights to Come has been played, but I am very, very happy that you have all joined me.
Yeah.
Yay!
Fuck yeah. So, last we left off, our gang was in Cliffport, hanging around in, specifically, I think, the Abbey. Put you all over there. There you go. And yes, you are all very cramped in this room here.
We gotta get a bigger meeting room.
You have no offense, you have a... You might have to start having meetings outside. There's just simply not enough room.
Well, to knock a wall out.
You might have to knock a wall out.
I tried, and you guys were like, "You gotta get permits or something. Make sure it's structurally sound."
You gotta at least make sure that one of these walls isn't load bearing when you break it open. But nonetheless, as Gareg fucking digresses, ooh, our pizza's here. As Gareg digresses, Gareg brings home a pizza and it's just like,
Yeah.
I got to drop it off at the thing. Nonetheless, we come back to our meeting room. Pelagus is there with Mother Yo, Mendrash, Arcanist Guillermo, Antonio, your guys' Bahamut liaison, and of course Jorn, Rio, Owl, and a new pair that you guys haven't really met. A dwarf lady by the name of Regina Dorbar, which, let me just make her portrait big again because look at how cute she is.
Aww.
Yes, I love her.
See how fucking adorable.
Lady beards.
Yeah, my beard can never stand up to her beard.
And a gentleman that I realize I have not given a nameplate of. Ring. Oh, here. Thank you, boyo. We got Za, and we got... Oh, bitch, that good cheesy bread. I'm sorry, I completely got distracted. You can't put a whole fucking pizza in front of me. Nonetheless, Palomino, that was Ash's old, like,
Palomino
contact.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember Palomino? Palomino and talking about oranges and lemons. Picking up some groceries over at another guy's house. Simple stuff. Palomino and Pelagus are, as you guys kind of had put together, incredibly similar. Like brothers. Or twins.
Oh.
Right. Sorry, I'm remembering.
And when pressed about it, Palomino definitely calls Pelagus his brother. Pelagus tends to ease off on that, and he just says, my Palomino. He calls him by his name. Doesn't really go in the whole extra step. It's like, oh yeah, my brother. So there's a weird relationship there that was strange. Yeah, kinda. Just ignore a guy. Thank you. Very rude.
Palomino will remember this.
Yes.
Yeah, Palomino will remember this. And Palomino does. I got a Supreme pizza I thought you might like. God, I know.
No, I get it. I'm cooking chicken, and I'm pretty excited about it, too.
Cheesy bread to make up for it. And right, as you guys were gathering around to have this giant conversation of pretty big importance, as Arcanist Guillermo and Pelagus have, I mean, for all intents and purposes, kind of like gathered all together and just been like, well, you all know about those magic balls that we have you find on occasion, right? Yeah. And as all of you kind of like agreed, and we're just like, yeah, we know about the secret shit you had us know. They were just kind of like, yeah, we're a part of a secret society. We're like, kind of knew that, kind of had a feeling. They just went, well, we didn't want to get you involved because it's this whole thing. Unless you want to be, in which case, have fun joining. And as you all kind of acquiesced and joined up, Arcanist Guillermo pulled out a number of interesting little artifacts. If I am not mistaken, let me scroll back up real quick and I can.
All I remember is that I pickpocketed.
Oh yeah, you did do a pickpocket. I forgot that. Oh, I can't remember who though.
I went around the table and I did everyone.
That's right. That's what it was. Yes, you did get you did get everybody. Let's.
An old speech going on, and I don't remember what that was. I just remember trying to convince them to be more honest.
Did you pickpocket me?
Generous?
Oh, say that one again. Penrist?
Generous.
Generous. Yes.
Of course,
they were trying
Will is expecting his usual fee from Paladin Pelagus. They help take care of his crew, and that's the extent of my remembering.
Yeah.
I have to figure out how to get back into RP.
I had a fucking list of the things that I wrote for you guys, but I don't see what those artifacts were. If I'm not mistaken, it was a broken crown for Ori, a broken spear tip for Kayron and Hawkins. An eye patch for Bellows. Goodness gracious. And two more things that I'm forgetting for Ellen and Krinth. I know I gave you guys something, but this small, like almost kind of like piece of detritus in your hands was brought to your knowledge as being one of a series of items that were all around at the exact same time during the last time in recorded history that most of the orbs were in one place. And as Guillermo kind of gave you that intro, he said, this is going to be a little bit of an introduction to the beginning of this. And as you guys kind of all set aside, he set up a magical circle and proceeded to lay on a pretty cool, hard spell. And it's now at this point that we get into that spell.
Exposition.
He does. He does cast exposition, and it is a combination of like greater major image, greater ghost sounds, fucking illusionary terrain, and like astral projection.
Nice.
All at the same time.
It should be a for real spell. Like they should put that in the 24 rules.
They should put a rule. They should put a spell, exposition.
Exposition. It's like level 6 or 7, but
yeah, it's like level 6 or 7, but it gets you a good few things, and it lets you tell us. Well, and so basically, as we come onto a scene, not unlike the one we have now, group of people discussing history at a table. Said it. Your consciousnesses are propelled by Guillermo's magic through time and memory. Each one of you gets flashes from these people you are invoking and mantling, so to say. Will, you see a large ship bobbing in a stormy sea. As a sole figure stands at its helm, rain lashes at his face, and you see a smile cross his wide green mouth before he pats the railing. And with a murmur of words not meant for us, the ship breaks apart. The waves engulf you, but you know you're safe. You see your ship, its legs still kicking, picking fallen crew members out of the sea and back on. You see it curious and pick a shark from the waves before nibbling it up. Looking down, you see it as it just drifts into your hand. And the knowledge that this was meant to be floods you. And you hear in the back of your mind, an unlit match wastes its potential. And rumor, you see a
That's what's
young
up.
dragon-born person walking alone in a dark and very frigid tundra. Gripping her cloak tightly, she continues walking, and her surroundings are quite grim, as are most dragon lairs. Skeletons that surpass you in height and confuse you with their arrangement line the labyrinth halls of Fritzbora.
Mm.
The only thing keeping you focused is the soft song of a few birds, each a different color, each a different species, each singing a slightly different tune.
Mm.
With a strength you didn't know, you muster it up, and you do the only thing you can, and continue forth. The hoarfrost this deep into the labyrinth is massive as it is ancient, covering mounds of treasure whose make and model are lost to you. It's in the crystal ice that you see it, or you think you do. The mirrors of Fritzbora are of perfect luster, so when you approach it, it's too late to see that it was a trap. Alluring, isn't it? Stay at its side, and you'll never know regret until it is too late. Chris,
Yo.
General. It's a strange place. The Twin Lakes, Vidal and Kardik. Vedic itself rests betwixt, and the city has always been enigmatic, as befits its surroundings. The lakes never seem to recede, even in the most droughted of summers. Their abundance is astounding as you pull fish upon fish out of its murky depths. And its purity is undeniable, as these lakes need not boil when you drink from them. They're fine. Their magic was thought natural and blessed by the good gods to soothe the wounds of the Western men. As you step through the cave, its natural echo carries your steps, and it makes the sounds louder, louder. Not a single man with armor, but a horde of warriors bedecked in plate. Continuing on, you notice as you place your hand on the wall, water seeps from the stone as you push upon it, hand almost sinking in. Then as you take your hand away, the rock bulges out, almost as if it tries to take the space you left for itself. You're beginning to struggle a bit as you pass through the natural maze until you get to its final cavernous chamber. You think to yourself, just want this done already. And then you notice it. Where it rested, it no longer sits. It's in your hands. Comfortably hums. Be careful what you wish for. Keith, my good friend. You walk through the lost city of Tel Vindea, Mount Broadleaf, as it's otherwise known. It stretches out before you. People laugh and work, children play, women and men gossip and toil and plan their lives. As an Eladrin, you hold a special place in Elfkind. Beyond the others nigh immortality, you hold ken with Fae and the wild forces that spin the world on its axis. It's not lost on you how others judge your decisions. With every day, it seems like the natural world is replaced with farmland and grazing tracts, forced and cajoled into new shapes, one of languid sterility and hopeless abundance. Nothing stops time. The people of Tel Vindea stop moving all at once. There only seems to be more change coming. The Crystal Tower, silent watcher and guardian of Tel Vindea, shatters as the weave pulls back. How can you save this? People scream, children cry for parents, and men and women scatter and are ashen-faced by the coverage of the wave of dust. The illusion stops, and the last moments of Mount Broadleaf disappear. The ancient ruins are shown as they truly are, solemn and grave. No bones line the street, no fabric remains, just dust and ruin. All that was soft and warm has been rent cold and hard, blackened, dead, and gone. You must think hard about the truths you tell others and to yourself. The ancient city of Mount Broadmoor is washed over by a violet light. Its ruins now gentler, covered in green. The electric sound the city had is now softened as it diminishes to rustles between the green leaves that will never fall again. Destiny. Adwin. It's yours. It always has been, you know. Birthright. Some might say, but no. Divine and just attribution of power only proves your state. It's okay. No worries. You blow your nose. It only proves your state. Being emperor of the world is a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. The cold morning winds from atop the tower in your palace don't even touch you as you sweep from your office. The stone doesn't hurt your feet as you trample the steps up and down, passing dutiful scribes and lesser agonize of the cat. It's on your way past a few of your minor lordlings. I just don't understand. Why are we letting him sit there? He knows what that madman wants. It'll be our heads. Fuck the treaties and the states. I say we try and do some. Silence is immediate as this lordling looks at his friend's face of shock and horror and quickly whips to double up on the expression as they clamor and try and make pleasantries and excuses. They don't know how you keep it all together. They'd all fall without you. And it's just from there that we are taken. And we see once again the city of Narshi proper. It's unlike any that have been made on the great earth before or since. None had the gentle slopes, strong back of the spine of the mountains, the lazy lapping waves of the Emerald Strait. Surely no place was so blessed as Narshi in all the world. Blanketed with smoke instead of the usual morning fog, a panoply of fires dot the landscape like blemishes. A scorched series of craters show the outline of the city's defenses. Watchmen vigilantly standing on the battlements. They ring the city on the watch for sappers, spies, and infiltrators. A very dangerous and solemn mood has been cast on the city. The streets are heavily populated with both civilian refugee and soldier alike, all on razor's edge with an enemy that has taken their homes once again, at last, at their safe. The chapels of the city stay eerily quiet, only ringing at noon so as not to alarm army. The castle of Narshi itself stands in repose high against the rest of the city. It's named in an old draconic style. Fokek Iskeniti Yuidem. Don't know what it means. Has a few translations, something like God's palace, everlasting, home of those safe from death. I don't know. It's not entirely clear as Draconic has changed much over the few thousands of years that. And in the past, it wasn't quite uncommon for upstarts and would-be lords to use their own script and introduce new words into using old techniques. Dozens of spires reach into the sky, the highest 3 bearing 2 orbs, reflecting the city's fires, like large golden red stars, gleaming with some is stability, hope, and rulership. With the barricaded castle in a room housing a heavy wooden table, surrounded by a multitude of the world's most influential leaders, and the Emperor themselves. It is at this point I would like you to introduce yourselves. You know what? Let's start with the man of the hour. Destiny.
Okay. Oh God.
A little explanation of Adwin, kind of like as a guy, what he looks like, and
Right.
what you're doing at this table currently is waiting for more information from your chamberlain, and waiting as basically everyone else files in.
All right. So before you see a man who looks biologically to be about 55. His hair is silver. His eyes are like a washed out grayish bluish green, like stormy seas. And he does have a regal air of nobility about him while looking deeply tired. And as he sits in this huge empty room with this big long table in this huge chair, even his big personality and his, decent size, about 6'1", still is dwarfed by the massiveness of the castle around him as he and his steward stand in silence and wait. And he taps his fingers on the table.
My lord, I do believe your next caller should be the Empress of oh shit. Why am I forgetting my own world? Valinor. Valinmar. I remember where we are. Oh, dang it. Hey, Keith. I actually don't have your character's name written up anywhere. Do you remember what it is? Oh, shit.
The nameless.
We never really got around to sitting down and hashing that out like we were supposed to.
Damn it. We'll do that. We'll do that then.
Yep.
We'll do that after this.
Mysterious Stranger A.
We could call her Queen, and then what's the name of the country?
Oh yeah. Queen Valinmar.
Yeah, we can call her Queen Valinmar for now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Queen Baronzaya.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Somebody took notes.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like some shit you'd come up with. You fucking see that? Look in chat.
Yours, plenipotentiary.
Plenipotentiary Coriana.
Coriana. Yeah.
The name itself sounds familiar. I don't know where the title came from.
That's a new word.
Look, man, it's in my notes. I don't know why it's in my notes, but you're welcome.
Right.
Plenipotentiary. Wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah, it looks cool.
I'm learning new language.
Yes, as the Queen of Valinmar herself is due in next.
Steward,
Yes,
how many years has it been since Queen Coriana came?
I believe the last time was the crystal anniversary for your defeat of the Great Dragon of the North. That was 43 years ago.
Has it really been 43 years? Thought it was longer.
I mean, to be fair, my lord, I do believe at that war you didn't meet with them for long. I apologize, I wasn't there. But my predecessor did tell me that you you didn't spend more than a few hours with. So,
How is your father?
oh, doing well, doing well. He's the arthritis is still kicking up, but he gets up every now and again, and walks the dog.
I'll send an Imperial doctor to have a look at his legs. Maybe we can get him some kind of special poultice.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you. As he kind of kowtows and does some more stuff for you, it is about at this time where your character would come in. If you would like to briefly give a quick description of them, the place you enter is just a wide open, like clear, like meeting room with a round table and the emperor himself sitting at the front.
Right. Okay. So Coriana walks into the room with definitely an regal air about her, surveying the room imperiously, taking a seat opposite the Emperor without saying a word, simply observing the area with a detached air, as befitting someone almost not entirely of this world.
When she comes in, I stand up and I'm like, "Welcome, Queen Coriana." And then when she sits down, I sit down. But I don't really try and make a lot of small talk. I know that's not really her thing.
You guys barely have to wait much at all between before General Hawkins arrives.
I think, I think General Hawkins is not he. I don't think he comes in by conventional means.
Is he dynamic entry?
I think what happens is a portal opens in the room, and what steps through it is a fully armed and armored man riding on the back of a black horse that has fire coming out of every orifice.
Every orifice?
Yep.
Including that one.
Even the one you're
I know
thinking
where
of.
this is
Yeah, oh,
going.
yeah. If you're thinking of an orifice, yeah, there's fire coming out of that too.
Alright,
Mm,
that poor horse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying very hard not to.
Yeah.
yeah. Don't think about that horse, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. As this lime green portal rips space open, you see it's magical as he just steps through, seeming like he was just taking a step from his house, or perhaps just right out of the like barn where he kept his horse. General, you are in a. In fact, one of the young chamberman actually comes up and just says, "General, you're in a meeting, you're in an office.
Indeed.
Can I take the? Okay."
As intended. And I think he dismounts from the nightmare and then just waves his hand and the nightmare disappears.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't have to touch it. Great. And then he kind of quickly turns and he just says, General Elliot Hawkins.
General Lilway, General Hawkins, welcome.
Thank you.
I do that. We do that arm clasp handshake.
From
Where you
Predator.
grab the one where you grab each other's forearm.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Hawkins does so with some trepidation.
An eyebrow was raised at the horse.
I am glad I didn't call this meeting in my personal chambers.
See, the chamberman is brushing the burn marks out of the carpet. They're not coming out.
I wave him off.
He's nervous. He sweats and leaves. And you all hear him cursing under his breath. Damn it! I can't believe you couldn't get a simple stain. Oh fuck!
It's just a rug. It's fine. There's like I'm pretty sure we have a room just full of rugs. Is the burn like a cool horseshoe print?
Yes, absolutely. 4 horseshoe prints.
Maybe we'll leave it.
It's an interesting story, at least.
That rug is in a museum in present day.
Next, a live young dragonborn rumor. You'd be up next.
You see a fairly tall, young, blue-scaled dragonborn. Little bits of like bronze or copper in their skin too, but mostly blue scale. They're wearing a ceremonial kilt, and they got a cool bagpipe that they're carrying with them. And they're kind of stride in, trying to look confident, with a very polite, toothy smile on their face, but you can tell that they're a little bit anxious in this room full of very important people. And they just kind of like awkwardly do a little bow. Greetings, allies. I'm called Simral Joglin, but they call me Rumor.
The chamberman.
And they're awkwardly cough.
The chamberman pulls out your chair and is just like,
kind of puff up chest, try to look important, and go sit in the chair.
Welcome.
Welcome, Rumor. You wish to be addressed in friendly terms, so I shall call you Friend Rumor.
That is appreciated.
Oh yeah.
My goodness, the youth are so informal today. Introducing themselves by first names, coming in and teleports on flaming horses.
And it's about when Adawin is lamenting the.
Not lamenting. I said it's not unwelcome. I said it's not unwelcome.
Yeah. As he begrudgingly admits the wonderful.
Well, you are so
wonderful
rude.
way. No. Oh, you're right. I'm reading into it.
I love the youth.
They're so novel.
He turns his chair around as he says this. Sits in it backwards like a fucking weirdo. But no. It is as you it's as you decry the gloriousness of the free spirit of youth.
It's as I bemuse over the differences in the ages.
You pontificate on.
Oh, there you go, pontificate. Thank you, Your Majesty.
For a non-negative connotation word.
Yes.
Pontificate.
Your pontifications are interrupted by maybe the most rowdy of them yet. Will, Mr. Bellows, How do you
Oh,
enter the?
okay.
How do you enter this scene and describe yourself a little bit?
Like a normal fucking person.
You watch as Bellows politely opens the door, gives a kind of little
Oh,
like head stick in. He takes his hat off, puts it up on the hook. Hello there.
Yes, hello. No, so the air fills with salt air and the scent of uh, low tide as this
Many of you smell
large
sea stink.
sea stink. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Daniel Bellows of Stormhouse Bellows, captain of the dreadnought, leader of the fleet Leviathan, escorted by two pirates, one wearing a crimson frock coat with the sleeves cut off, so it's basically a vest, a big ass hat, and a rather stringy, spooky elf lady with a witch hat, carrying her little trinkets and baubles and covered in uh, fishnets and all that. Like actual fishnet, not sexy fishnet.
Yeah, no. Like a fishnet with
Like this gal has been to the bottom of the ocean and it shows.
yes, as he brings a sea hag, for lack of a better word.
Nice.
Velos himself, very clearly an orc. He's got the toothy smile, but he looks a lot more sickly than you imagined him to look. Yet he walks with a healthy spry. And the more you look at him, the less settling he looks. Something's wrong with this guy. But he strides in, healthy as can be, plops down in his chair, kicks his feet up on the table, because of course he does.
Mhm.
So you've
Captain
all
Bellows.
called.
Welcome, Captain Bellows.
It's good to
His 2
be
seconds.
here.
An auspicious gathering.
His 2 seconds take up space like right behind his chair. Just being his basically his honor guard.
I have my
Effectively.
steward bring them 2 little stools.
The sea hag takes both of them and sets them on top of each other because she's a little weirdo. The other one doesn't say anything.
You read my mind.
I look at my steward and I'm like, all right, now, and he brings out one more stool.
That stool is left
Still
unsat
doesn't-
upon, but it is there for him if he
no.
chooses.
I offered.
I like to imagine that the
He
sea
proceeds to
hag
take the third one.
She likes to be tall.
It's true.
She's short. Give her a break.
Eccentricities are always welcome in the Empire at large. Sorry, Your Majesties, but I do have some news. You see, your chamberlain actually kind of turns to you. He just says, should I tell everyone of the... he looks back over to you guys and says quickly, the rebellion led by Kine, they have sent in an envoy to announce his next attack. They are currently waiting to be welcomed by this august tribunal whenever you are ready. I'm sorry, this is my first war meeting.
Rumor's just like, oh good, it's not just me.
Friends, the enemy knocks at our door sooner than anticipated. Wish you to sit in on their demands?
Let us not waste time.
Bring him in.
Your councilman nods his head, goes out the door, and returns quite literally only a few moments later with what surely isn't, but surely must be because of its... If you just look at him, you know. Kine. His path of destruction in greater, like, Privalis and Verkala as a whole. His wanton destruction has earned him quite a large, like, name, and the reputation proceeds as this nominally tall, maybe about 5'10", 5'11", relatively like a brown to olive skin with black silky hair put up in a high bun. You see almost the spitting image. Where the hell is he? I have him. See? And then I go Cliffport. And then I go. There it is.
Oh.
You see almost the spitting image of Darius. Let's see, can I get their actual fucking picture? No, I want their actual picture.
Just blow that shit up.
Here you go. What if I go into his bio and then I show you to
There you go.
players?
Yeah,
Did
that'll work.
Did that
Yeah.
display?
Yep.
It displays his picture. You see this man? Granted, more clean shaven, with a strange kind of air about them. As Kai himself walks through the door, do any of you agape or shocked or do anything about that?
Well, I definitely stand up. Like before, I was probably gonna sit for the envoy. Like I stood up for everybody that came in, because like we're like of equal station. But I wasn't gonna give the envoy the same, level. But like whenever they come in, I stand up, and also I want to roll to see if it's actually them, if they're possessing somebody else's body, or if it's like a psychic projection or arcana projection.
Okay, go ahead and make me a Arcana check.
Yeah, I want to see their like physical makeup.
Would your character have not met this person before? Or
I
their
don't think any of
grandparent?
you. I don't think any of you have met Kai before. Or
But
Kai.
you did say that they were automatic, like oh, we know what they look like.
Yes, because
Wait,
it has been
haven't I doing
widely.
business with
It has been widely spread.
Oh, I didn't mean to have advantage on.
It's kind of like
I'm sorry, I
It's
thought
kind
I
of
was
like
doing
how.
business with these guys.
Oh yeah. You've maybe never met the man, but you've definitely met reps.
Oh, I've been business with the representatives. Okay, copy.
Yeah, business with the man itself is kind of difficult to get because, for all intents and purposes, no one really knows his story. It seemed like he wasn't one of the landed nobles at all. He didn't come from a family of power, nor does he have the backing of any of the families of power of the place now known as New fucking Kainan. So it's like I said, it's really more through like personal reputation and how like even if you didn't have TV, you knew who Hitler was and what he looked like.
Mm.
Kind of one of those. And yeah, as they come in, you also see your tactician, Robertus Nergin. He's over there, just in basically keeping an eye on this envoy as well, just being like, as one of your head generals, he's there keeping an eye on it. With an 11, I'm gonna say that, gun to your head, you cannot guarantee whether or not this is the real man. Gut feeling.
This is an open roll.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'll go ahead and make this an open roll. If anyone, insight or arcana, go ahead and open roll it. If you guys want to see who this is, let's see it.
Okay.
I wonder if I would have been better at insight.
Did I do
No,
that correctly? It
hopefully
seems to have
slightly
changed
worse
since the
than
last time.
Yes, you did do it correctly. Yeah. You clicked on arcana. You rolled a.
I guess
6
we all have guidance at all times. I did.
Oh, yeah, why do
I
we
just
have
Oh, I
guidance?
didn't even think about doing that.
I just noticed it on my sheet. I have guidance, and it is checked.
Why do you have?
why
have
don't we
guidance?
have
And apparently, we all have that.
Is that something that?
Did you do that?
It is on my character sheet, but I assumed because I get guidance because of being a fucking cleric.
Is Shadowheart here?
I also have guidance, but
Yeah, everyone has guidance.
I
Fine.
cast
Yeah.
guidance.
I didn't add, well, because all of these are your guys' like quote unquote new character sheets, so maybe that is a thing that they put on there for fucking funsies. So
I don't
over
know.
on the left hand side,
Just
if you
uncheck
scroll
that.
down on your character sheet, you'll see global skill modifier, name, guidance, roll 1d4. Unclick the little button on the left. See, it's a little like blue checked box button.
Yeah.
Unclick that, and it should undo that. I think that might be a new like. I think that might be like a new feature for your. Oh, how nice! It's just like automatically applying guidance is stupid. Why would you do that? Nonetheless, besides my
So just take the big number.
blabbering, yes, the big number, fellows. This could be magic. In fact, it'd probably be smarter if it was magic. But you can't help but respect the man with balls enough to come in and say hey to your face. If he is here. Hawkins? This person is almost implacable. They're very strange in their movements. You've seen men at war, you've seen generals, you've seen kings. You've gotten a lot of tactic from quite a few different places. None of them seem to fit this facsimile of a ruler that stands before you. There's something about him that screams like in the wrong place. Not supposed to be here. But as you guys kind of get your bearings and kind of judge this person, the tactician nods over to Kine, and Kine's proclamation is simple. As they speak, they say, I will be taking Narshi on the 27th of Silent. If you are hereby invited to open the gates and give control of the city willingly, and your King Kine and his most glorious golden host. He promises leniency to all, women, children, even soldiers who lay down their weapons and allow the centered edifice to fall. Your land will remain your own. We are all still yoked, and they point a lazy, open hand palm to this smothered failure of an empire. It is natural to obey the laws of your governance, but know this. This man and his country will be punished, along with all who side with him. If you remain on the battlefield upon the 27th, you acquiesce to your fates as dictated there. The unjust wish for payment from this tyrant will face horrors that you will not be able to imagine. I will strike you with such vicious weapons your troops will cry for, and I will lay the bodies of the slain upon an altar and pray they find rest before incinerating them. I will erase this blight as much as I can, and I will brook no debate. With my final act, I will shatter this sick rule. The people will continue. The empire will fall.
Well, that sounds familiar.
As it should. False Lord.
Wait. Out of character? Kind isn't even a part of the Empire. What the fuck is going on?
Technically, he was. Well, technically, the place that used to be the place that used to be something else other than New Canaan used to be.
They seceded.
First ones to do so. Then the rebellion. Then the war.
Are they rebelling because they think? Never mind.
The proposed je ne sais quoi that you have been getting, the raison d'etre,
Mhm.
is Kine dislikes the current rule and wishes to upend it. He claims it is bad. Others claim it is not. The truth is in the eyes of the beholder.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All of you know individual sins of the empire itself. It's impossible to control an entire country without somebody doing what they want at one point in time or another. But kind of in and of himself doesn't seem that interested in the empire of itself. In fact, what he just said here claims that you'll all be just given your old territories like normal. Which, if so, would that not be the remake of the Second Empire? But he doesn't lay claim to the title of Emperor. So, in fact, as you kind of think about this, the envoy just patiently waits.
So
What
perhaps
makes
I don't quite understand what you have to gain out of this. There's
They
always
turn.
something to be gained from something, but I don't know what that something is here.
They turn slowly to you, and Kine says, "The people cry out for strength that is already theirs. I cast my excuses and blood into the earth below our feet. I will show the world what the forgotten can become, and I will carve my very scars into the heavens above. With the
White
destruction of
knight.
this."
Got it.
He kind of gives you like a little bit of a like a side turned head smirk grimace. Yes. Authenticity is often read as lies by those who are not familiar with either. He looks more at the room of itself and he says, "I'll tell you of a recurring dream I have. I stand before a monstrous mountain. I see its peaks, and it holds treasure of the gods. But the mountain is cruel, casts its shadow upon the land, and bends those under it to twisted shapes. It diminishes them with its power. There are many monsters in this world. Monsters who eat children, monsters who kill dreams, monsters who always lie. Lying monsters are the worst kind. They pose as decent beings even though they have no understanding of murder. They gorge themselves even though they memorize facts and names though they have no interest in academics nor camaraderie. If I were to encounter such a monster, I'd have been eaten by it, because in truth, we all have been. When I dream, I stare at the mountain's peak and I see I have already fallen in with the nations of the world and their fallen heroes. But around me, I see those who dream as I do, to do as we all hope to. The envoy stares at you, Adwin, to climb the mountain and wrest its power away, bathing the world in beautiful light. And so we climb. We all must climb, because the best climbers know how to fall.
Well, goodness. A monster, a mountain, an insurmounting light, a shackle. Goodness, I have gained so many new titles, all for the cost of one. The cost of the title of Emperor. I didn't know that. Already such a heavy word, Empire, Emperor. To turn it into a mountain. Of course I could not lift it. Are you a member of the Empire any longer? No. You're free. Your country's free. You're free. You come to me for retribution. You come to me for my citizens' blood in my city. You come to me to, and I point to everyone else, to take what has already been given back. You know, they know we've all been in talks to dissolve the Empire, to give them their freedom, to work on a different sort of union. I suppose all that matters now is, do they want to work with me or work with you? I mean, they've already been working with me, but you want to come in with your revenge and your murder and your calls for blood. Well, I'm here. Pull a little dagger out of my boot, stick it in my palm. Here's my blood. Here's my empire. I drop the knife to the ground. It's gone. What empire do you wish to take from me? I walk over and I take my blood-covered hands and I clasp his in mine. I won't give you my city. But the empire is gone.
In your heart, it lives still. And with its final, last beat, we will be free then, no sooner.
I can free your soul. I can't free your heart. You must free your heart.
With that, the envoy relinquishes your hand, looks to the rest of you, and says, "My words have been spoken. You bring upon yourself what happens next."
I must say. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. If you want to say one more thing before this person is like seems to be on an nth of doing something. Yes, say it. Yeah.
Smoke or whatever.
Because we have very similar nightmares and whispers, and I can't help but feel a bit of a kinship in our backgrounds. I just don't think you have a vision. It seems like the status quo just remains the same. Just different interpretations.
This envoy turns to you and he says, "Freedom by those told what freedom is can only be interpreted in their own way. Only when freedom is given without remorse or context can people truly learn freedom. You're right, I don't seek to rule you. I don't think it wise. People are ever changing, and this envoy kind of stops. It is like unique. It's at this point that their face changes. The glamour that was on them is cast down, but you see it's not glamour as like the Queen Corina, Corina. But it sounds gross. You hear bones pop, you hear flesh rip, and meat twist as
Ugh.
a transmutation of this person takes place. You see them kind of become kind of angry and a little bit fucking annoyed, and like visually they have become perturbed as they turn into a you don't know who this is. You it's a normal looking human. They got brown hair and brown eyes and of a vague tone. They are, for lack of a better word, a commoner in the nth degree.
The hands that were like aggressively shaking whenever he was like possessed turned to like steadying support as like my hands, the blood now starting to dry and flake, like say I'm like, oh no, it's okay, child. The demon has left you. You're free. Well, I'm sure you'll be haunted, but you know, more emotionally. And I turned to my steward and I'm like, reward this poor man. Now go. Your emperor bids you freedom. Your emperor bids you peace. And I like send him off.
Yes, my lord, I will be right back. You see as he exits and goes to take the envoy doesn't move and says, that's why I do this out of my own will. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Oh, I knew I shouldn't have said your emperor. I just am used to it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that was the same person. That was just
They
trying
just
to be
made
patient.
themselves look different. Yeah.
I thought it was a different guy.
Yeah, that wasn't possession.
Nope.
That was a physical, uncomfortable look.
Dex check.
Yeah.
Check.
Mhm.
Not a dex save.
Well, no. You know what? No. Make it a dex save. It's happening. It's not something that you are doing.
Public roll.
Bang.
I thought I fucking turned off bless.
Bells is unfazed by that darkest dungeon flesh-rending thing because that's just Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. I also thought you took it. Ah, there it is. That's a global save modifier.
You guys have seen some shit.
The dagger flashes from their hand. You see it's not made of metal, it's made of some kind of bone. As it rockets towards you. Go ahead and take... Oh no, you know what? I actually have a list of things that you have. So let me see if this even connects.
Yeah. Oh, I have more stuff that's on my phone. I just didn't want to move over my entire inventory.
Mm-hmm.
But I did put my armor on.
I was gonna say, if this is an attack, like
Can any of
shield
us
works.
intervene?
Yeah, I'll say all of you have a reaction. If you want to do something, all of you have a reaction.
Just a reaction.
As this envoy goes to just as he's literally shaking his hand, he's going to get him in the gut. He's just going in for the side.
Bellis picks his nose with his tongue, his weird looking tongue.
I don't have any spells I can cast as a reaction.
He's just using a knife, right?
Yeah.
Ah.
Dagger D4.
Oh, I think that it. Oh, you know what? I can expend one with my armor. I can expend one charge to get an advantage. I'm going to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm. And if you wanted to, you could expend 2 charges and half the damage you take from this attack.
I mean, it's a dagger roll. I probably won't do that.
And if you really want to,
oh, good, another just lower. That's good.
If you want to,
you can low rolls out right now.
If you want to, you can use 4 charges and succeed on a saving throw. I'll wrap that into your extra charge with advantage. Expend 3 more charges, so you'll have 1 charge left for today. And then you'll recharge 1d4 plus 1 charges at dawn.
Sure, let's do it one more time. We'll just see what happens.
Oh, no. That one is expending 4. You succeed the saving throw instead. No roll.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, no roll necessary. You succeed.
That'll be cinematic.
As this happens, you guys see this guy strike out with this dagger, going for, like, not some bombastic, like, in the throat, gory kill. They want to get Adowin in the stomach in order to pop his guts, so that way he dies, just bleeding internally to death. They're trying to get him in any way, shape, or form. As this, like, small, maybe 4-inch bone knife comes and makes contact with the soft plate of Adowin's plate mail, with a speed and alacrity, the likes of which you wouldn't expect from an old man in such heavy armor, the blade is taken, turned, and twisted away, as out of his hand just is, judoed, and as this envoy is disarmed, Adwin, you stand there holding a bone blade. And I'll say that you guys look at this envoy as this envoy looks up at you, as now, like, guards have come in. Your what is it? Damn it! I said his name. Your tactician, Robertus, has tackled and put them on the ground. And from, like, under this pile of bodies, you just see their very angry face staring at you. You don't think that this was a possession or any kind of false, like, envoy. It seems that you see before you one of Kind's faithful, who has volunteered to act as his face. Their original name is of no concern, as they represent their king and are merely a facsimile of his power, love.
Will?
Sure.
You would want nothing more now than to die for your master. Throw him in the dungeon.
It's with like some struggle, but no real pomp and circumstance. This person is taken away and placed in a dungeon. Your other, like, chambermaster comes in and is, sorry about that, my lord. We had made sure to check them. I don't know how they had that on them.
It was bone. It's probably from him. Probably from himself. Bring me a wet towel, please.
It's disgusting. And then they go away, leaving you guys
Well, that's pretty personal.
Yeah, leaving you guys pretty much alone, just yourselves and your emperor. Excuse me, former.
Former emperor. The steward comes back with a wet towel, and I wipe the dried blood from my hands. And I turn with a big smile to all of you. Well, sure was something. And I turn to the younger faces, and I'm like, sorry our first meeting had to be so dour.
Emperor, are you often used to assassination attempts?
Well, it's not my first, for sure, for certain.
Well,
When you give all to the people, you give all to the people.
I see.
Get cat, get.
You are remarkably nimble.
I thank you.
If I had to hazard a guess, I think this is a personal crusade.
It certainly
Is there
sounded
anything in particular you did to this
Did I do
landmass?
Yeah, did I do something personal to Kine? Why does he hate me so much?
He does speak of glory of on high or some bullshit like that, and points at you as the pinnacle for it. I think it is a personal crusade.
There was a lot of use of metaphor. Fantastic prose.
He is a good
Wait.
speaker.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's quite tiresome.
He sounds like a spoiled child.
A little.
I think it's the opposite. He's after something. He won't admit to it, but he's got ambition.
It is a little naive to think that someone who seems so domineering, doesn't want any sort of power whatsoever.
He intends to take what he thinks is his already.
Or what belongs to another.
Well, I know we've all differed in the past. I'm not gonna lie, I did think you kind of put up a compelling argument there for a little. But I hope that you'll fight with me, aside from our differing.
My objective is the security of Raihan, and I do not intend to leave until it is secure. Kine has shown his hand, and it is one of treachery and deception.
Interesting for someone speaking so highly of truth.
Oops, sorry, cat. Jesus. You okay? Cat. Idiot. Well, I do business with this guy, but honestly, he's unstable. I don't think he's all there.
My understanding is that you do business with almost everyone.
Yeah, it's got a little bar. But he has odd requests and mistakes me for someone else sometimes. So I think that's personally rude. But I hold no love for either of you. But I can strike a deal.
I mean, I'd be willing to buy whatever you sell at the best price possible for you, for as long as you
Oh.
want.
We can come to an arrangement later.
That's
You're
fair.
s-
Best not
one of-
to haggle with a knife above our heads.
His witch nods to him and points at a wet piece of paper and is just like, "There's many of them. About
Is that a Pirates of the Caribbean reference?
what? No." Who's on 3 stools, you or me?
As you were.
Did I get this wet? I like the idea of a witch not knowing themselves.
Yeah. Constantly dripping. Who spilled water on this?
Yeah.
Why am I so wet?
Like all the time.
Seriously. But as she kind of continues her like vague nonsense, you guys continue to kind of have your tete-a-tete. The chamber master comes back and is prepared to kind of let you guys know about. He in fact towards you. He says, "My lord, if you wish, I can give you a report of the past few engagements we've had. Only if you
Yeah.
wish."
Yes, please do.
Very well. He lays out a map of the world as pop over here. So Kai Ovenin himself, he has started in Cliffport and New Kynan, but has steadily pushed further inland. His conquest of the Emerald Strait itself was nearly disastrous. There have been many reports of demons and deva and all sorts of monstrous beasts. They've been attested to. Very, very trustworthy individuals, lords, ladies, priests. But my lords, it seems he hasn't brought any of them to this battle. And he kind of points outside, and he just, far be it from me, but unless there is an rabble-rousing rebels, there is no threat of otherworldly intervention. You see he looks nervously down at a paper that he doesn't really believe in that statement. But nonetheless, the army of New Kynan has set up next to the city, just out of reach of the castle battlements and weaponry. Even the archmages of Trivalis, the keeper of the green flame, he doesn't have any extra for us to use. Yes, exactly. Green flame.
Sorry.
No. You did it correctly, and you did the meme. Good. That's what I wanted. The army itself, though, doesn't seem to form or follow a normal rank and file segregation of unit. They only seem to follow clan divisions, if any, as there is much mixing.
I bring everybody up to like a big, huge window so we can all like look down at the army coming in.
As you all look, they have their face to the walled city. Many of the men and women who make up the bulk of Kain's forces are a very poorly regimented, yet quite fearsome group of people. A lot of desert nomads and other hard people of the wilds and wastes. Their weapons are strange in that some seem to carry sticks or bent poles, like one would carry a sword or a bow. Their general countenance is rather impressive, as they're clean and well-fed and ready for a fight. If this is a peasant army, I think all of you would like to see where the hell they get their peasants.
Mm-hmm.
Kain's forces have also plowed through Krivalin's herd lands, taking territory in droves and executing nobles who he evicted. Yet he's left most civilian architecture alone. So
Relief.
most of Krivalin lands are now working against her at this moment. The entirety of the eastern section.
Well, it's better
Most
than
of the
having
south.
all the peasants set afire.
I agree, my lord, I agree. Too true. But it seems that beyond Kyne's impressive forces, his tactical prowess is not to be, devalued, I suppose. He continues on and he just says, I just don't. You see him kind of flake for a bit as he tries to. I just don't understand why militarily he thinks it
Well-
would have behooved him to hold a few of the nobles, at least for their men at arms, but there were some that, for whatever reason, he's decided to. And he looks over at you. Well, good-minded nobles, done nothing wrong, perfectly following within the Lord's laws. Killed them with nothing.
It is indeed a personal crusade.
I far be it from just a maester to suggest a motive, but well,
Out with it, lad.
aside a
He
cat.
came from nothing and blames it on everyone above him.
Aside a cat, not many predators play with their food. None of which do so before they know.
One of our connections is bad. It's probably me because I
Yeah.
don't hear anybody.
Oh,
Well,
what was the last one that you heard?
Well, Matt,
Something
you
about a
been
cat.
pretty choppy. Yeah.
No, am I choppy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Matt's end.
What about now?
Oh, okay.
How about now? Am I a little bit better now?
You're fine.
Yeah, that's better.
Wow, really? It was a plate of chicken broth blocking my. Man. I'm not fucking with you. It was just enough to block the signals. He says, only cats tend to play with their food, and predators don't tend to play with food that they haven't already decided they've won against. That's what this little maester says.
Hmm.
My opinion is, my great lords of the evening, I don't mean to tell you what to do, but I am afraid. I'm terrified. I honestly don't know what is the truth and what is fiction. If these reports are to be believed.
Do I have do I have like a calming? I know that mine like affects people's minds. Is there like a calming effect that I could do on him? If not, I'm just gonna suggest that he drink some brandy, maybe.
You know what? Yeah, let's look up. Where the hell is it? Can't you find him? Nope. D&D Wiki.5e. Thank you. And we
What is
scroll
calming
down to spells. And then
I feel like that's a rumor spell.
Abjuration.
Might
Yeah,
be.
it might be an illusion.
It is enchantment. But I don't use the orb. Damn it. Why do I do this to myself? Wait, I might have it as just like an actual spell that I have. Let me see.
And you have Beacon of Hope.
I do not.
Beacon of Hope's good.
You have
Ooh, does that prevent
Hope.
fear?
Bestows hope and vitality. Choose any of number of creatures within range. For the target has advantage on death save against by possible. No.
Yeah, I gotta lean in.
All right.
Chop, 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 chop.
Beacon of Hope basically gives you advantage on wisdom saves and death saves, and you regain the maximum amount of hit points.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's not a bad one. It's only level 3. We keep looking back. Here, you know what? 9th level. What does it say? Imprisonment. Okay, none of those. 8th level. Anti-magic, holy art now. Mind blank. You could blank his mind.
You know what? I think I'm
that's
just gonna. I'm gonna
Perhaps
ask
this is-
him. I'm gonna ask him to make a pot of tea and brandy, and then whenever he goes to serve it to me, I'm gonna hand him a glass.
Perhaps just a The comforting, yeah, just a comforting word.
5th level, planar binding.
Yeah. I cast alcohol.
So I give him the tea and brandy, and I'm like, "Worry not. I cared for your father, and I'll care for you."
There you go.
Thank you, my lord. May the Krivalan people see 1,000 more years under your rule.
I do a little cheers with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he does so, and he's bolstered up to his max, but you could still tell that the doubt is there, but the fight is still very much within him.
Yeah, I couldn't magic it, so that's just gonna have to have a normal amount of reassurance, instead of a magical amount of reassurance.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm gonna have him pass it out to everybody. Everybody's having tea and brandy.
It's good tea. Great brandy.
Great brandy.
Better together. Yeah. You know what? You see that as they're mixing some of them, they definitely look over at Bellows and then just put a little bit more brandy in there than they.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need the little taster.
He doesn't need the taster. He needs a kick of brandy.
Mm-hmm.
I've trained my staff
The
excellently.
pirate in the sleeveless just takes the bottle.
They understand. there is absolutely no brokerage. They're just like, yep, yeah.
Yeah, saw that coming.
Good vintage choice, my lord. Yes.
And
I like to think that, you know what, they have more than one. They have
a little bit like,
Mm-hmm.
Oddly impressed. Like, that's most of the emotion I've seen from him since I met him.
Have you ever tried ice cream? You're in a rich person place. We got ice here.
Ice cream? It's made of ice?
Ice.
Oh.
It's remarkable. If you get water cold enough, it turns to solid.
Do you not know what ice is, given
No,
where you're from?
It's actually very cold. I know what ice is. I thought it was something else. Never mind.
And you
just
pour
eat ice?
milk into ice and
No,
shake it
I'm
real
gonna-
good.
Just you guys will see. It's much more than it sounds like. It's actually much more than some of its parts. And I do like a little clap.
My lord, should I fetch your frozen? No, damn it! I used to know your froyoier.
Bring in the ice cream sommelier.
Yes, the ice cream sommelier. At once.
I think I understand why Kenneth hates us.
You know, I know some of the healers where I'm from. They'll put like an ice cream on wounds. Is it like that sort of thing?
What?
Closer.
Tweet
Closer.
Closer? I see.
You'll see. And they bring it in.
You see an orc, a heavy-set orc man who only speaks orcish. Oh, the orc.
I can speak orcish, and he's just saying orc.
You meet eyes, and he knows that you know that you know that he knows that he knows that you know. And he goes, "Fuck."
But it's hilarious because it sounds like a real language. So it's like, how many words are there for orc in orcish?
Probably a lot.
Easily 17.
No, there's 4, but there's also dialects and syntax.
'Cause
you can make 17 different ways to say it.
It sounded like a complete sentence.
It's a tonal language. Like you say orc, but you have to say it different ways to mean different things.
He
Like
shakily,
orc.
He
Or
serves every.
Yeah.
He serves everyone else like their ice creams of individual flavors. BT Dubs, request whatever flavor you wish. As he's orc, and one of his little guys just says, he says, ask whatever you want, and he
The
can make
default
it.
Nobody said it
blueberry.
all. Bell's just smutters under his breath, but
Blueberry.
nobody said it all.
Is there a fish flavored ice
Oh,
cream?
the fish flavored curd. Oh, yep, I got the
I
You
suggest
orc,
trying. I suggest trying a sweet flavored ice cream for your first ice cream.
Oh, sweet fish. Oh, look.
It's already
Maybe a
too
sweet
late.
mackerel?
Swedish fish.
Yes.
Oh, Swedish fish. It worked. You see him pour a whole bunch of red food dye in it.
Yeah.
It just has little
That's all it is, just red food
fish
dye.
gummies.
Red food dye and lingonberries.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, and then you know what, Hawkins, you get pistachio.
No, Hawkins doesn't partake. He'd have to take his helmet off.
Oh, good point.
What if you made it into some kind of liquid and then had a straw?
We are not
and
going to
you
have
say
this
Dunkin'
discussion.
Hot ice cream. You didn't do work.
Make
Hot
them
ice
all.
cream.
With the
Oh, I can do that. All
I
right.
do not require any such
get the get him the
trivialities.
red and white striped straw.
There are 3 separate, increasing in audacity and outrageousness Sundays set before General Elliot
Ooh.
Hawkins, and he's just stonewalling them.
I'm just looking at them very perturbed. Like
That one has a twirly straw.
I didn't order any of this.
Oh, don't worry, I'll make you one that you like.
Please don't make me anything.
How's your problem?
Perhaps one for your steed, sir.
That's a yeah.
The steed does not eat.
Oh, don't worry, to keep.
Oh no, we found Pelagus' mentor.
I met an old ice cream orc. He always taught me. He taught me his greatest lesson.
Okay.
I can hear his voice even now.
Yeah.
Orchiddy schmork dork dork dork.
Orchiddy smorkiddy dork dork dork.
Orchiddy, it keeps.
It keeps.
Stereotype.
Man,
Yeah. Again, this guy is horribly. Everyone else he serves with ironclad efficiency and confidence. He's fucking shaking.
God, I'm
Yeah,
just
just stare him down. You know what? In fact, I'm gonna intimidation roll this guy.
Oh, my
Just
chef.
like Brandon?
Do it.
I know exactly. I'm not calling
Want
him
my
out, but
Swedish ice cream,
we
chef.
both know. We
Do
both know.
I'm taking a step back and being like, man, this session has taken a left turn.
I hope
You know,
Rumor likes the ice cream.
In an absolutely, completely normal ass voice that no one in
I
this
roll
room has.
one.
No. That was on the guidance thing. No worries about that.
Am I doing this wrong?
No. You got it. There was just a global save
Okay.
mod.
Okay.
No worries. And so basically, as you go, he says in the most completely normal voice that speak, including you, Adwin, and he goes, "Would you like meat flavor? I have barbecue. If you would not like barbecue, I also have Swedish fish. Or vanilla."
Mhm.
Get out! I'll kill you.
Okay.
Okay.
Dejected, he takes his ice cream.
Oh,
Your witch does take one of the ice creams, though.
I believe that.
Captain Bellows, would you tell me how to say thank you in Orcish? That the Swedish fish was delicious. If I
You
understand it,
don't.
orc.
And Bella just looks at you like,
That's good.
we're enemies now.
I'll just go back
Get
to the
out.
ice cream then.
You can't tell everyone to get
Told
out.
me and my culture.
Rumor,
Emperor,
how was
get
your
out.
first ice cream? I hope you like it.
Rumor's going back to the other end of the room.
Just scoots over the seat just enough.
Mm-hmm.
babe.
The Swedish fish ice cream. It's quite good. The little gummies they get stuck in my teeth.
Hell yeah.
Harley, I want you to know that Cameron
Bellows
clapped at
just
your
pours
orc
himself
joke.
another. Oh. Pardon?
Cameron clapped at your orc joke. He really liked the orcs don't say thank you joke.
Thank you. Cameron appreciates me. This is a good day.
The peanut gallery approves.
Anyway, Bellows pours himself another glass and uses frost fingers to make it cool. Cat, why are you nipping at me?
Because I am a cat, and
Yep.
that's what I know to do.
Because I am the
you with
cat.
you. You're not supposed to play on a full stomach, you idiot. You imbecile.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've fed and we've watered, we should probably come up with a plan.
Ah. How defensible is your city?
The
I mean-
walls of Narshi, as you all know, have not fallen a single time.
Can they be surmounted by air?
As can all things, I suppose.
Mm. Do they have aerial defenses?
Adwin, your crossbows point up.
All right.
Your mounted crossbows and like ballista point up. So would it be Narshi could take a dragon attack?
Okay.
Nice. So we've got to have like catapults and stuff.
Ballistas,
Adwin,
keep
you're old enough to know and have enough knowledge of Krivalis in general to know that it's Narshi could definitely hold its own next to a dragon attack. Maybe not if all the dragons attacked, but definitely like at least 3.
Could Hawkins have organized like a... Okay, my question is, how many flying mounts could I summon? Like what does General Elliot Hawkins' aerial squadron look like?
That is a good question. Now we gotta think of things big enough to be mounts.
I mean, I gotta.
Griffins?
Yeah, Griffins is the first thing that comes to mind, but
Griffins,
things
Griffins,
of
I
that
will
nature.
say, are reasonably easier. They are, I would say, maybe the elite cavalry of Rayhan is Griffin cavalry. Because then you get this weird combo of like horse, lion, eagle,
Right.
and it's like, oh yeah, that should be the coolest thing you can ride.
I don't suspect that he has like hundreds of them, but he maybe has like a couple dozen like hand-picked troops that he has taught how to fly griffins.
Yeah, like yeah, I'm gonna say like
Griffins are just lion eagles.
yeah, lion eagles.
Hippogriff is
Hippogriff is
Right,
the other
the
thing.
hippogriff is the hippogriff has the horse. They're kind of like hippogriffs.
Yeah.
But they have the stamina.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't actually know off the top of my head what the challenge rating difference is between the two.
Neither do I. But the answer is
You
yes.
could just
Yes,
make
you
a
do have
fancier
them.
version.
Yeah.
What are those?
And
what?
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, nothing. I said and. Sorry.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No,
what
you're
are
okay.
those flying deer things?
Reindeer?
Oh, no, hang on.
Yes.
Hang on. Fuck.
We fought them in a game.
Does it start with a P?
Pegasus?
No.
Describe it.
Peritons.
Periton. Yeah, that's it.
There you go. What is there?
Yeah, they're gross.
I don't know what that is.
Challenge 2. They're not that impressive. Never
No,
mind.
no, but they are gross. They're not like a Greek hybrid.
It's like a vulture
What's it
deer.
called again?
Yeah, it's like
Periton?
it's like part deer, part vulture.
I'm looking them up right now. They are kind of gross, but they're also kind
How
of
about-
cool.
How do you guys spell the name right? How do you spell Peryton?
P-E-R-Y-T-O-N.
Oh.
I spelled it.
Wow.
I spelled it wrong, and then I wrote monster, and then Google fixed it for me.
They're not that gross
Wow.
looking. It's just a reindeer with wings.
Oh, unless you look at
What's
the
the gross one?
Forgotten Realms one.
There's like some art where it looks more appealing than others.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
of them do like
Vultures are
a
just
like social
gross.
thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Poor misunderstood bird.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're super cool and vital, but that doesn't make them not gross.
the biggest problem is that they're medium-sized creatures, so they would
Yes,
not
I was
work
thinking
very
they were
well
bigger.
as steeds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I think you got it
I think
right
we have
when you
different
said.
standards for gross
D&D Beyond.
creatures in D&D.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's bigger? Hippogriff is CR1.
Yeah, none of them are
Really?
none of them are amazing. Yeah, Griffin's CR2.
What?
Yeah, none of them are amazing.
What about giant goose?
Giant what?
Giant goose. Yeah, have
A
that one.
giant goose. Yes.
I mean, I don't have a I don't have the CR
I
for
just
that, but
looked up
Oh, you're looking up the big giant
5e
goose. That's
flying
Big B's.
mounts.
Yeah, Glory Giants. Star Lancer from Spelljammer. Yeah, those things are cool.
We're looking at the same thing. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, you should have a Star Lancer. Your nightmare can fly because they just run through the sky.
Dragonelle.
Star
There's a-
Lancer? I've never heard of such a thing.
It's from Spelljammer.
There's a domestic dragon that's a Dragonelle. A nightmare that he already has.
Yeah.
Glass Pegasus.
I think you should have Star Lancers.
We're getting
They
off
look
track. It's probably
They look
just
like
Griffins.
A-wings.
Don't worry, it's just we could just use Griffins. It's fine.
They're
Mhm.
evil griffins with black feathers and red eyes.
No, they're just normal Griffins. I mean, there'll be an array, like so that they're personalized. Like, oh, this guy got the gray one. Oh, he named it Nimbus or whatever.
Nice.
Mhm.
And this guy's got the one with fire coming out of every orifice. Yes,
Well,
even those
Excellent
orifices.
shark.
Well, that's a nightmare, and they're quite higher up on the totem pole, which is why I'm only allowing myself one.
Please have at least one X-wing shark. I'm begging you.
An X-wing shark,
The Star Lancer. Look
What
them
the-
up. They're so cool looking.
Star Lancer. I can't find it on the.
Spelljammer.
Oh no. Oh,
Whoa.
okay.
They're real cool looking.
Holy shit.
Just
Where?
for cool points.
That's
Look
that's an
Star
X-wing.
Lancer.
That's an X-wing shark.
Spelljammer.
It's an
That's
X-wing
what I
shark.
said.
Yeah. That's
That's
Star
Yeah, you-
Lancer.
no, you had it right. That's exactly what it is.
D&D?
That isn't. Yeah.
Oh.
Spelljammer. It'll get you.
Okay. Okay,
See, it's
Shark
an X-wing.
Bat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shark Bat X-Wing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go
Mhm.
off.
Just saying, for
Yeah.
cool points. If you want to make an impression.
I think
Cameron says it's a Crobat and a Sharpedo.
Oh,
all
yes.
of those.
Ah.
I think Hawkins wants to keep it terrestrial in nature.
That's fair.
That's fair. I will absolutely allow you, like, Griffins to ride. Also,
Yeah.
like, sub 100.
Sure.
Sub 100 vanilla. If you want to push it, I'll say, like, we could do some stuff, and we could say, like, oh,
Mhm.
yeah, you could cast a big spell.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that. But nonetheless, all right, hell yeah. I think this has been a really good one, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Are we we're putting do we need to come up with a plan? Are we ready to
We're gonna have another ep
another.
after
All
this,
right.
I think.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
All right.
Yeah.
Planning
I
good.
will try to remember what kind of deal I was going to make with Destiny's character.
Yeah.
Write it down, or better yet, literally text it to Destiny right now.
When
That's
That's a good point.
when do we want to attempt to play again?
It wasn't going to be anything crazy on paper,
I think that
but there
Harley
will be
needs something like
ramifications.
this.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Harley comes in. Because he comes from the ocean.
All right.
Right.
It'll be very.
But all right.
Do we want to say
Good
goodnight to Twitch?
Twitch.
Yeah.
My Twitch.
Good night,
Night, Twitch.
Twitch.